It's the end of season review.
I know.
Yeah, everybody cares.
Yeah, everybody cares.
I put a lot of effort into this, and I don't put effort into anything.
That's what it is. Ratings are like assholes. Everybody's got one. You forgot you raced.
Oh, I forgot he raced. I completely forgot he was there.
Sorry.
What am I acting like? I'm at the UN. Oh, the listener will know.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give him a 4.5.
Tim's mum's gonna know.
Oh, she isn't listening. You're joking. Oh, okay, fine. But I'm still just trying to work that out because
Yeah. He is the whole package. Minus.
Yeah, he is.
No. Yeah, all right, boys. Can we sense?
Jake doesn't get to see, because mine are quite interesting, because I absolutely slated some of the drivers in the first half.
I know you did.
That's why he's here.
You pulled out some
But-
stuff, and I was like,
I'm going to stand by it today. I'll wait for the recording, but I'm justified.
I can't remember.
I am absolutely justified.
I can't remember what you said, but it was enough for me to go.
I've
agree with
been
that.
completely
I
justified.
think it was bought a letter. I think that was the
I
one.
think
that
it was
kind of-
bought like you messaged me as you were listening to it, like live, like as
an actual response.
an actual live
and a
reaction
4.
to it. Yeah. What?
4 for Bortoletta in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still standing by that.
Well, as long as we don't have any, what did Jake give Mark? He gave Mark a 4 or something on the basis.
Oh yeah, fucking hell.
That was the most ludicrous thing.
Oh,
That's the equivalent of giving Max like a 3.
Yeah.
I was going to say I've got some low
See,
ones.
and to be fair, I did it professionally last time, because I gave Max Verstappen the joint best rating, which,
In fairness,
Tim, if you don't know, I can despise Max Verstappen.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Can do.
I love him, but only because he's my cash cow.
Cash cow.
He is, because every time I don't really think he's that good. Well, no, he is that good, but I don't love him. But he gets me money every year out of Josh's pocket. So,
Oh baby.
if it isn't him, it's his team for the last 4-5 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
So obviously it's a bit different for Matty. I don't know, obviously, what you two have done. So I've kept my first half of the season ratings, and then doing like my second half of the season ratings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've tried to focus on the second half, but obviously Matty wasn't here at half point.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a mumble after of what I think is the season as a whole. As I
Okay.
didn't really give you. It's not a lot. It's
Yeah.
a bit of
Cool.
a-
Cool.
They were shocking at the beginning.
All
They've
right.
turned it round. Or they've
Proud
been
of you.
shocking all season.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ahead at the Apex. We are doing our final episode before Christmas, and it is, of course, the end of season F1 driver ratings. I'm once again joined by Tim.
Yo.
And we've got Cam
Hello.
returning in the room, but we've also got a new guest, Matty.
Yeah, first time talker.
First time
long time
talker.
listener.
Woo.
First time caller.
Hang on,
long
come
time
on.
listener. I
the
don't know
effect.
which one's which.
Ah, good guess.
There we go. But now I have to let them finish, and they go on for quite a while.
Well, it's exciting.
I
He's
mean,
here.
he's
Worth it.
It's exciting. He's
He's
here.
not on camera, but he is wearing a Hellfire Club inspired T-shirt. Other merch is available. Not just Stranger Things. Although I am catching up. For anybody who didn't join us for the mid-season F1, the mid-season MotoGP, the end-of-season MotoGP ratings, here's how this is going to go. We're going to go through the teams in alphabetical team order, because that's how they were listed on a scrapable website. Other Wikipedias are available. And we'll go through the drivers. We'll try not to spend too much time on some of the less controversial opinions as we did in the mid-season. And essentially what we'll get is an average for the people who are here at the mid-season, We'll get an average for the teams at the end, and all of that will go up on the website. Try not to run through too many details all in this podcast because we do have a finite amount of time. Apparently this room is shut. Who knew? But
Yeah, we nearly didn't get in.
yeah, we nearly didn't get in. They had to open a special gate for these two.
Special.
That's cute.
Special gate.
Special doorway.
The only difference between this one and the mid-season is that Jack Doohan will not be considered because he hasn't taken part in any races, and we're only counting Yuki Tsunoda towards Red Bull's rating and Liam Lawson's towards RB's because, again, there's been no crossover, there's been no substitutes or anything. Actually, it's been we've had no injuries this year. No substitutes, no
Wristbands.
no nuts, butts or coconuts. Yeah. No race bans. Yeah, true. No Kevin Magnussen getting 12 penalty points.
Ollie Berman tried.
He was desperate for that race ban.
Keeping
Max,
his team
didn't Max
Haas.
want paternity leave or something?
Yeah, he was trying when he around Spain. Thought, might have a kid.
Might.
Well, are you sure it says? Speculation hat.
Speculation. All right. Is everybody ready? Does everybody know what they're doing?
Yes.
Everybody got their ratings?
Well, you might not be happy with them, but it's what it is.
Ratings are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Oh, that were nearly getting cut, wasn't it? That.
It might still. It might still. I listen back to these like 2 or 3 times in the editing process, and I just think sometimes like with that, everybody laughed, but was that really that funny, or was it just funny because we were there? Not sure.
Everything you say is funny.
Thanks, babe.
Is that right? You are.
Love you.
That's the only nice thing I'm saying to you the rest of the time.
Is it? That's very.
We'll see what you feel after this.
Yeah, sure. All right, let's go into Alpine. So I have some stats. Franco Colapinto first, no points scored. 20th in the standings, but only because he's done more races than Jack Doohan. Highest finishing position of 11th at the Dutch Grand Prix, comprehensively beaten by Gasly at just about every opportunity, but fewer instances in the second half of the season. I have given him a 1.5. Cam.
So I've given him a 2. I gave him a 3 for the first half of the season, and I thought I got a bit of slack from you guys saying I was being a bit harsh, but I do think there was a lot of underperformers in the first half of the season, and he wasn't actually outperforming the car. It was just a lot of people was terrible, and he has been steadily. He hasn't improved as the season's gone on. It's just sort of gone to where he probably was all along, which obviously then leaves it quite simple for a 2.5 out of 10 for the season. But I am going to up him to a 3 because he did do well in the first half.
Okay.
I forgot he raced. Second half. I completely forgot about him.
Wait, did you say up him to a 3? You told me 2.
No, so
I
I gave him a 3 out of 10
Okay.
for the first half of the season too, but I'm gonna round him up to a 3 over the whole season.
Gotcha. You forgot he raced?
I forgot he raced. I completely forgot he was there. Look, am I a proper fan because I don't care about the battle for 14th? Sorry. I mean, it was, the car sucked.
Yeah.
But like, if you're completely unmemorable, you can't get a good score.
You're not even on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so I think I gave him a 2. In the first half, I gave him a 3.
Yeah.
Similar to Cam, actually. Although I thought he looked good or looked better than the field and has just now decayed into irrelevancy.
Sure.
So, but I mean, one's hard. One's like you are constantly putting it in a wall.
Yes.
So,
I've reserved that for another driver.
but yeah, so I think 2's fair.
Okay. Matty?
I've given him a 3 overall.
Right.
I didn't have a slow gauge throughout. It took him a long time to catch up with Gasly. That was his problem.
Yeah.
Even though he's outperforming in a Alpine, he still wasn't performing to where Gasly was, which is the only metric you can really count for that car because it was a tractor. He had so many big mistakes. How Flav hasn't put him on the chopping block, I don't know. Because he chopped Doohan for less.
Yeah.
Because Doohan did have some crashes, but so's Colapinto. First little chop there. But yeah. How is he not on the chopping block?
It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy.
It's all that South American money.
Cash up, baby. Got to get that cash in for Mercedes coming in next year. Teammate Gasly. So he has just trounced both teammates this year. He has only scored points in Brazil in the second half of the season. He was only been out-qualified 7 times all season and out-raced 8 times. So 1/3 of the time he's been out-raced. Most of those were incidents. As we've said with Colapinto, the car is not there at all. And we both said in the first half of the season, Cam, that he's just been not the Gasly we
have come to
know.
Yeah.
I think I've gone with the same as I went for, or a little bit less. I've gone for a 4. Matty?
I've gone for 6.
6.
Due to when the opportunities have arisen for that car, he has taken them.
Okay.
Within its scope. Yes, he hasn't been the Gasly that got a podium, that was doing all this other stuff, but the car hasn't been there. But he does have that within him that when stuff went wrong in front, he would take it, and hence why he scored points.
Yeah.
And that's why he's finished 3rd to bottom, but as a constructor that was out of it how long ago?
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah. So you can't really give him much there,
No,
can you?
true.
But Gasly has done something better than anything else that was against him, which wasn't a lot.
Yeah. Cam?
I've kept him exactly the same as what I gave him the first half of the season, so I've given him 3. Again, I think there's just so much more to come from Gasly, and he's capable of so much more. So I'm maybe being harsh because I'm also judging him on past seasons, and not just this season. But I just feel like there's a better race car driver there.
Tim?
I've done the same. I've kept what?
Well, last time we did the ratings, you were unsure if I was throwing to you. So, Tim?
I kept him the same as well. I gave him a 5 first half. I've given him a 5 second half. That seems high, but I think he definitely didn't get worse. I think the Q3 in Qatar, Abu Dhabi, one of them, toward the end, Qatar, was great. And like that, I was super impressed by that. As Matty said, the opportunity was there and he took that, which fair credit. So I couldn't have given him worse.
Yeah.
But I think probably I gave him a bit too much in the first half. So I'm a bit stuck on a 5.
Okay.
I was actually, hang on, it's a spreadsheet. I'm going to edit what I did in the first half. Sorry. Why am I acting like I'm at the UN?
It's a spreadsheet that you have access to.
But the listeners will know.
Oh, the listener will know.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give him a 4.5.
Tim's mum's going to know.
Oh, she doesn't listen. You're joking. Doesn't care about my interests. Right, I'm giving him a 4.5, and I'm going to dump him to a 4.
Okay, so they come out average for this episode 2.1 and 4.4, and overall 2.4 and 4.3 in the season. Aston Martin, a team in the waiting, one might say, waiting for Adrian Newey, waiting for that Honda power unit in the back of their car.
Honda juice.
Been a poor start to the season for both of them. That's for sure. Not the season we expected from Fernando. We all sat here 6 months ago and said we were very disappointed.
Yep.
However, despite unreliabilities, 50% points rate in the second half of the season, only out-qualified once all year in a sprint qualifying session in China. He is on a 37-0 qualifying record in the Grand Prix qualifying.
That is crazy.
40.
It's 40-0.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, I tried to do the maths, but couldn't Must have missed 3 somewhere.
Thank you, Sky Sports.
Sky Sports. He's on a 40-0 streak, thank you, Matty, for out-qualifying Lance Stroll, which is insane. Only ever been done by Schumacher, right? Okay. And has outraced and outscored Lance Stroll, so they finished the season with 56 and 33 points. I thought maybe a little bit of recency bias that Fernando's actually been pretty good in the second half of the season. I'm
Certainly
seeing
been
some
better.
nods.
Certainly been better.
Yeah. So I went for a 6. Who wants to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Give him a 7. He showed time and time again how good he actually is at getting the edge of the performance. Because them sprint weekends, he was at the limit. That's why he's qualified so well in sprints, because he can take it to the limit, whereas quite a lot of the namby-pamby drivers are like, I need 3 sessions and 1,200 tyres before I can actually feel comfortable in this car.
Yeah.
He takes it to that limit straight away. Yes, the car doesn't deliver then after that, and everybody else catches up because they've then had a sprint qualifying, a sprint race, can do it. He performed obviously way outside his teammate, which is, I don't think anybody could ever argue that, what he's against.
Yeah, I'd expect it from most people on the grid.
Well, you would expect it from most people on the grid, but you'd expect him to. Probably expected him to do more, but that car has not been there.
Yep.
The new era is on the horizon.
Oh, baby.
And it could be completely different next year when he goes and gets that win that he's been wanting for so long.
Ready for it.
Well, which Stroll robbed him of in Monaco because his pace on the wets was so bad. They went, oh, clearly it's not wets. I agree. I think he qualified very well
Yes.
and just died in the race because their deg is so bad. They have the reverse McLaren setup, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. So I think, yes, when you look at points, it's rather unconvincing.
Yeah.
But I think he has massively outperformed the car in terms of putting himself in a position in order to extract a good number of points. Right, 50 points is not. That's an average of 2 points a race.
When you're talking about the last 3 places being available for points, because you've got 2 Mercs finishing in the points, 2 McLarens, 1 Ferrari, 1 Red Bull.
So exactly. So that's an average of 2 points a race, over 2 points a race. So that's not a bad result.
Yeah.
So I give him a 6.5.
Yeah.
It wasn't that amazing, but I think it was definitely an improvement.
6.5 is outperformed, but not set the world on fire.
I gave him a 5.5 first, so it definitely was better.
I went for the cam scaling this time.
Oh. Right, so Fernando, I was very harsh, as I was on a lot of the drivers, I guess, in the first half of the season. I think my biggest criticism was he was reminding me of McLaren Fernando with his attitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I give him a 4 out of 10 for the first half of the season. Now, I've upped it to a 5 for the second half of the season, but I still thought there was a bit of that McLaren attitude where as soon as he got off to a bad start in a race and there was nothing there to offer, he wasn't interested in being out on the track. It was, shall we just retire? And that makes me a bit sad because other than Verstappen, is probably Verstappen, Hamilton, I guess, is arguably the best driver on the grid.
You need to be here. your face, mate.
So,
oh my god.
I can't up it more than a 5. Also because I don't rate Lance Stroll, so I'm not giving him points for beating Lance Stroll.
Well, since we've got you, Cam, Lance Stroll, most Q1 elimination record set and extended in the same season.
It's been a record-breaking year for him.
Only 2 points finishes in the second half of the season and has been absolutely dominating qualifying. What are your thoughts on Lance?
So I feel like I was quite nice to Lance in the first half of the season, and I gave him a 3 out of 10. He's just terrible. He just is. I can only give him a 2 out of 10 for the second half of the season. So yeah, there's nothing much else I can say about Lance Stroll. There's nothing to say. He shouldn't be on the grid.
No.
But he will be probably for the next 10 years.
So I went a little bit harsher than you, and I gave him a 1 because there's just no improvement ever. Just race upon race, it's the same thing. It's the same elimination. It's the same. Where's the pace? There's never you never really hear that from Fernando, except when he's getting absolutely bombarded by a DRS train that he was in control of in Qatar with no straight line speed. I mean, how is he doing that and Lance isn't? There's no improvement.
By the way, how good was Fernando doing that?
Yes.
Like, just saving his tyres, and then 2 laps before he was going to pit, just make a gap. Like, incredible.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. So yeah, I went for a 1. I just have no time for
You
him
gave him a
whatsoever.
3 first half of the year.
Yeah, and things have gotten worse.
Really? I mean, I think they've been. I think the first half. How many points did he end on? 33.
30.
And he had 2 point scores in the
33.
second half.
Yeah, 33.
So yeah, it was much worse actually. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I gave him a 2. Right. I went down from a 3 as well.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you coming at me for?
Well, you went down double what I went down.
I'm
Yeah.
liking this. Everyone's getting harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you know, I just forgot about him.
Very unknown.
I just. He
I
didn't
mean,
do,
how
he didn't do
can
anything. He didn't do anything.
How
He
can
didn't
you
do anything.
forget? I
He
mean,
didn't
he
do
is
anything.
paid like more than Oscar Piastri.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Oh no, Oscar did get a big fat bonus check though.
he did, which Lance didn't get. But
No.
Sorry, he gets a bonus check every time he gets in that car for just being on the grid.
yeah, absolutely. come on, Matty, let's have it.
To be
1.5.
1.5.
Boom.
No justification needed. I get it.
Well,
The end. Close book.
yeah, 15 Q1 eliminations across the season.
Yeah,
in
in
just the
24
races.
races,
In
yeah.
just races, not sprints included.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Why even get in the car?
When there's
Why
two
waste?
Alpines.
Why
yeah.
waste the painting another car? You could just have a shell ready in case you needed to change your colour, because you might as well put him in the bin.
But his daddy's little boy.
There is one upside on why he didn't get a less rating. His crash bill must be a lot less this year because
That's
he
true.
hasn't had it. And that's the reason I didn't forget him this season, because I was always praying he was going to put it in the wall at some point because he was good for it. And then we could have some exciting races when it got boring. I was like, come
That's
on,
true.
Stroll, do a Stroll and put it in the wall.
That's true. He has been.
So
Out
he's
of the
probably
barrier a bit,
balanced these books up a bit. He's not won them anything, but he hasn't cost them
As
how
much,
many
yeah.
millions in damage.
I know we've not spoke. Well, we will speak about him later. But the fact that Yuki is now sat on the sidelines doing nothing when there's a
all that
Honda engine,
money, yeah.
and I'm sure there will be a lot of people in at Honda saying, right, we like Japanese representation in our race teams. Yeah, it's just nonsensical.
It is.
I mean, there's no reason besides he shares half his dad's DNA.
Speaking of nonsensical, Ferrari. All right, it's been a bad year for Ferrari. There are 3 Ferrari fans in this room, and it's been a bad year for us, hasn't it? Let's be honest. 4th in the constructors. After so much promise, Tim and I have spent too long talking about Lewis Hamilton on this podcast. I'm going to start with.
I wonder who initiated that conversation.
I'm going to start with Leclerc. 23.7 in qualifying, with 4 of those being in sprints. To Hamilton's 2. 18.3 in race results. 3 of those, 3 apiece, equal in sprints. 242 to 156 points, and an average gap in qualifying of 1/4 of a second. But look, the car is flawed, but Charles has been there when the car is there. He's put in podiums, 7 podiums in total, 2 second places, 5 third places, and a pole position in Hungary. He's only had 2 DNFs all season, both of which caused by Kimi Antonelli.
Conspiracy.
What were you about to say?
Objection, Your Honour.
What do you mean objection?
You can blame him. Don't mean it was his fault.
Oh, I mean the Netherlands
who
won.
who got the penalty?
The Netherlands
Who got the
won.
penalty?
In what? In the Netherlands? Kimi.
In Brazil.
In Brazil?
Who got the penalty?
Oscar.
So whose fault was it?
Oscars.
It's not Kimmy's
But Kimmy hit him.
because Oscar dive bombed him.
Technically, if I say it like this, 2 DNFs, both collisions with Antonelli. That's
fine.
a fair
There we go.
representation. Okay.
Yep.
I've given Charles Leclerc an 8 out of 10 because he has gone
Because I love him.
because I
he's my
love him
favourite.
and I hope he's listening to this podcast and I hope he asked for my phone number. No, because I think he's outperformed the car. I think that car's been a dog. Matty, you're on edge to say something.
I agree.
Okay.
My number's the same.
Wow.
Oh,
He has everything coming into this season with Hamilton. He has 100% shown he is the number one driver.
Yeah.
He has done everything he needs to do. He is the whole package, minus.
Yeah, he is.
No. Yeah, all right, boys. Count me sense. He has terrible. He has the only thing he hasn't had because he wasn't fighting is the pressure. He needs a title challenge, and the flaws that he showed previously when he's been in a fight.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's gone.
Right.
But everything else, he is the package.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be where he was because that car was a pig.
I mean, over one lap, he's
Raw pace is unreal.
Perhaps
top
the best.
top 3 on the grid easily.
Easily. It's, well, I would say the best in the last 30 years, maybe.
But
On one lap pace.
on raw pace and consistently on raw pace and not
Yeah.
like the car being there here.
Yeah.
From what he can deliver out of it,
Yeah.
he deserves it. And you just need to see that fight in him. If he has that fight again and he crumbles like he did when he started the championship out in front.
2022, right?
Yeah, he had his opportunity and fell to bits.
Yeah.
Imola was the worst one, I think, where he just kind of decided he wanted to touch a curb and spin the wrong way.
I don't know, France. That scream that gets played on Instagram every time something happens with Ferrari.
Yeah, but he's done everything he needs to. They need to give him a better car to get that amount of podiums on the 4th, probably sometimes 5th fastest car.
It's been with the Williams, right? It's been on pace with the Williams, and he's had more podiums than those other 3 drivers.
Get a Mercedes engine
in the Ferrari. Why don't we just make it a spec series?
Well, yeah, but come on now.
Tim,
I gave him a 7.5.
because you also love him.
No, because that's what I think he's worth.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I think you guys covered it a lot and very well. I think there were certain tracks where he wasn't. I think that just the car was better. It wasn't like he was dragging everything every single time.
Yeah.
But, the likes of Hungary, it suits it. It's a nice little windy one. Same thing with Monaco.
Yeah,
Well,
second in Monaco, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Norris,
So I think there were certain tracks where it was not so, wow, he's really nailed this. It was, okay, he still performed very, very well, but it was a bit more, okay, you had a bit of juice under you. So look, 7.5 is not a bad score, by any means, but I think there were there were a few bits where I think he could have pushed it a bit more.
Yeah.
But the 2 drives for me were in Abu Dhabi and in Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
They were epic.
Agree.
And again, like he lost those fights, but he was always going to lose those fights. But the fact that he kept them going on for so long was awesome. I mean, Katie live messaging us being like, why are we watching 20 minutes of Norris failing to overtake Leclerc? Because it was half the race.
Great, yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, he had some amazing performances, but there were also quite a lot of performances that were just, great. Quality 6th, finish 6th.
Yeah.
So
Cam.
So I've gone 7, and that's purely because I know what I expect of him. Like I've seen Charles Leclerc now ever since he came into F1 as a future world champion, and I feel sorry for him this year because he really hasn't had the car. But I've just got to go 7. I mean, it's a point per podium, I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Sure.
He's done incredibly well. I mean,
if we're doing that, Lewis gets a 0, right?
He's for me, he's been best of the rest in terms of after George Russell.
Yes.
And I think if he'd have had a car as good as George Russell's. I think he'd have done a lot better than George Russell. Just because that's how highly I rate him. But I would also say, if it wasn't for Charles Leclerc, that the last race of the season would have been so
boring. Oh my God.
He deserves to go up a point just for making that race interesting for 20 minutes.
Agree.
Does he need to win it or be in the fight next year?
It's next year or nothing, I think.
Do you think he
really?
Yeah.
Do you think he's got to do it then because of him, or do you think that's him with Ferrari done? If it,
I think it's more Ferrari. Yeah. I think if he doesn't have a car that's capable next year, I think he might even leave.
So he replaced Raikkonen, right, in 19. So he came in 20.
That's what's nuts. Is he was racing with Vettel?
Yeah, he beat Vettel.
Yeah, I know,
right?
but that feels like Vettel at Ferrari feels like a very, very, very long time ago.
Yeah. So this will be Leclerc's 7th season with Ferrari, which is the same number as Norris with McLaren. And I don't think you can continue down when you've got drivers like Behrman waiting for a chance. I know Behrman's a rookie. When you've got Behrman waiting for a chance at Ferrari in the future, you cannot be holding on to somebody who's failed 7 times to bring the Ferrari to the front.
I mean, I don't think Charles Leclerc's the one you get rid of for Behrman, but
I agree entirely.
But hang on, I don't think it's that way round. I think Leclerc would leave. Yeah, I don't think Ferrari would get rid of him.
I think that's the way. Sure. I think Charles Leclerc needs the car. If he doesn't get the car next year, I think he'll seriously start looking at
maybe at McLaren if Piastri leaves.
Well, that was the reason I asked the question: is which way around? Because I feel he's going to leave because they're not giving him anything.
No,
Cam said as soon as he's seen him, he's world champion weight, and everybody thought that pace. We had a conversation about what he's actually achieved and when he's got his wins and stuff like that. It's not come because they haven't been a car, but when it did, it was the pressure that broke him.
Yes.
So if they don't give him a car, how can you ever find that out again?
Yes. True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's impressive because obviously Leclerc, Norris, George, Albon, but came in at the same time. No, but Albon's never been in it. Well, I mean, I know he was at Red Bull for a bit, but he was never in a position where he was going to win a championship. The fact that Norris has won it before all of them,
especially before Leclerc and Russell.
That's exactly. Yes. Yeah. Is really surprising.
Speaking of surprisingly not winning a championship, Lewis Hamilton.
Come on, you go first. You've been itching. All right. Itching.
Look, he's been completely outclassed, bad-mouthed in the press by Ferrari, no podiums.
Yeah.
I
love their thing where they were just like, he needs to stop being so fashionable. Please just drive the car.
One sprint win in China, which came out of nowhere. Nobody knows why. He's never been on top of that car. He's never been on top of these regulations. The 4th highest position all season in the last 10 races in USA. Typically 8th place seems to be where he finishes, and he's had so many Q1 eliminations I've lost track. I gave him a 2 out of 10 because it has been horrendously hyped but also terribly disappointing.
You?
Who wants to take over?
I'll go. I've also given him a 2. I was quite nice to him the first half of the season. I gave him a 5.5 out of 10. And to be fair, at the time of that recording, he had his best races of the year.
He just had Hungary, yeah.
And there was Silverstone as well, where he came through the pack, and it looked like he were really making a go of it. Now, because I'm emotionally invested in Ferrari, I just want him to retire now. And I've never been a big Hamilton fan by any means, but it is honestly sad now watching him be so slow. You know, he needs to retire and keep his legacy intact.
Okay, I agree entirely. Tim,
I gave him a 4. I think his qualifying is unspeakable.
You guys can't see these, but I can see them coming because
I think his qualifying has been unspeakable, but I think his race pace has not deserted him quite yet, and I think he has had a few decent recovery drives. bear in mind, a 4 for me is still the worst ranking. It's still worse than Pierre Gasly, so I don't think it's that offensive.
Look, I get you. I really appreciated when he drove into the back of a Williams in Vegas and an Alpine in Brazil.
I was asleep by then.
Well,
but I think his race pace has been better. I think yes, fine. Yeah, he qualifies every single race in 17th. Inexcusable. But you say
in a Ferrari.
As you said, he normally finishes about 8th.
yeah.
He is climbing like 11 places a race.
Against Alpines and Haas's.
No,
and
fine,
Kicks.
fine, but still got to do it, right? Like,
Well, yeah, okay, all right. No, it's your
if
opinion.
he finished in, it was finishing like 15th. Yeah, 1,000%. But he was still scoring.
Yeah, okay.
Fine, he wasn't having an amazing season. Yes, his qualifying is terrible, but he still wasn't. He was still scoring points.
Yeah, Matty's biting his tongue next to you.
No,
I feel like a big bomb's about to be dropped.
it's not. It's
0.
no, it's not 0. 1.5.
Okay.
I got to the point where I used to love the fact Lewis Hamilton's gone out in Q1. It's great. It's boring now because it's just it's come in, isn't it? You know what I mean? Them last few races, it's just like it's not a shock anymore. We used to shout fruit room, "Oh, Hamilton's gone out Q1."
Yeah.
Now it's done.
We used to message each other, and not anymore because it just happens.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
Stuff's fun. He was completely dominated.
Yes.
So he can't get anything out of that. There's nothing to kind of salvage. He didn't. No. He did come through the field sometimes, but the old my tyres are gone, fastest lap. He can't even say that anymore because he's not even going to deliver anything.
No.
He delivers a few points.
He's finished ahead of in the standings. If you think they're the 4th fastest car, he's finished ahead of a rookie and somebody who didn't do 2 races in that Red Bull.
And that Red Bull that is designed purely for one person and one person only.
Correct. So he's finished last out of the top 3, basically.
What I don't get my head round, and there is other people on the grid are the same, he's gone to he's at a new team, he needs time to settle in. Mm-hmm. I understand. Half a season, he should be on top of it. He's a 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
You put a rookie in that car, well, pretty much that car, last year.
Behrman.
And he delivered.
Yep.
Hamilton's had a whole year
and
pre-season to get into control of that car.
Yeah. And 19 years of experience.
And cannot give anything that is of note.
Yeah.
Apart from getting a sprint win in China.
Yeah.
And then because they and McLaren did the same thing, wet quali, didn't really do what they're doing, got disqualified from the main race.
Yeah.
You can probably hold them accountable for that. Ferrari haven't dropped Ferrari stuff and done what they normally do, I love, where they can drop clangers left, right and centre, so you can't really blame as much of it on that. The car was slow, but it isn't because they've screwed them over like they did.
The trouble is the car wasn't that slow.
No, that's what I mean though, but you can say of where he was and coming down, but you've put someone like Carlos Sainz, we'll speak about him in a bit, but why they got rid of him?
Hey, that's my line.
But he did struggle at the beginning of the first half of the season. New team. He did the opposite way to a Mercedes engine car. He went to a Ferrari. So there is a difference. Took him half a season. Yeah. He's come out of the second half and shot the lights out.
Yeah, podiums.
Hamilton's has got worse.
Yes.
The sprint win was the highlight.
Yeah, race 2.
So that's why he's a 1.5 for me. And I think, like you've said, he needs to retire. I think the ending of my little notes I put washed.
Washed, yeah. Agree. So Leclerc comes out at 7.6 and Hamilton at 2.4 for the end of the season. And I'll just...
This is surprising. He only didn't score in 3 races. And one of those was a DNF.
And one of them was a DSQ.
The one really good thing you can say about Hamilton this season is that he's somehow finished above Kimi Antonelli in the standings without a podium. But I think that says a bit more about a rookie Antonelli than it does
100%.
Hamilton.
100%.
Haas. Should we move on?
Yeah.
I think Lewis has had it with both barrels now and he doesn't listen, but if he did, I think mercy.
You're welcome on the podcast though.
You are welcome on the podcast. Just
not one where are you?
Esteban Ocon and Ollie Behrman. So we're going to start with Ocon, who has been out-qualified 17-12. 4 of those are sprint qualifying sessions to Behrman, to Ocon. Race head-to-head wise, it's 12 all. Behrman has 4-2 in the sprint races. Behrman 3 more points than Ocon by the end of the season and has out-qualified him by an average 0.1 second. 9 points finishes all season for Ocon, 4 in the second half of the season, so it's got worse. Out-qualified by rookie teammate, which is a little bit embarrassing, but ultimately Ocon has been poor in qualifying, stronger in the races, gaining an average of 3 places per race. It's a bad look to be outperformed by a rookie teammate, I think. So I have given him a 4 out of 10, and I know that Tim...
I matched that. I think he was spoken about by Mercedes so favourably. Always was.
Yeah.
Toto was his manager, though.
Oh, okay, fine. But I'm still just trying to work that out because he went to Alpine. He was at Racing Point.
He was at Manor. He was at Manor Marussia alongside Pascal Wehrlein. Then he went to Force India.
Okay, which became Racing Point.
Then he was on the sidelines at Mercedes.
Because he had his big crash with Max in Brazil.
He did.
Which was dumb. And then he didn't have a seat.
Then he went to Renault.
Stayed around for a bit. Went to Renault. Was very average. And then...
Won a race for Alpine. Podium for Renault. Won a race for Alpine in 2021. I'll give you this. He wouldn't have won it if it wasn't a crazy start to the race and Bottas hadn't annihilated 6 of the top 10 runners. But he won the race.
But
defended like a lion.
I just where's he going? Where's he going?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what's he doing?
Fell out with Alpine because he hates Gasly and they wanted a French lineup.
Yeah.
And now he's at
Haas and he likes Laura. Thank you, Laura. But I just don't get him. I don't get him. I don't get him. I don't get what, is he just like, I'm going to be an F1 driver for a bit and I'm going to make some money. And then this is the equivalent of like, oh yeah, I'm going to go work in finance for like 2 years and then I'm going to come back out. Like, is that what he's doing? And it's just that he said, he's like, oh, I'm there, so I might as well. Like, I just don't get it. I
agree.
I feel like he's got no mobility. He's bought himself no opportunities.
And he's not even an easy F1 driver to have in a team because he's also like 8 foot tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's not bought himself any opportunities. He should have been outperforming Behrman, which he did not. What's he doing? What's he doing? I don't get it.
Cam.
4.5.
Okay.
So I give him a 5.5 for the first half of the season. So down 1. I just think that's where Esteban is now.
I think I think Tim's disagreeing with you.
No. I gave him a 6 in the first half of the season.
Okay, yeah, true.
What was I smoking? What did he do?
Is Flavio your dealer?
Must have been.
Nothing much more to say really. He's sorry to Esteban, but his days are probably numbered in F1 now. It's writing's on the wall, isn't it?
Writing's on the wall.
Writing's on the wall.
Matthew.
So this was his first season with Haas, yeah?
Correct.
So you give him a bit of swear. He's moved over. He's going to a different thing. You can give him all that, like we say all the time. His qualifying cost him.
Big time.
And that's what put him in traffic all the time.
Yep.
In a tractor.
Yep.
Another one that can pull it out now and again, but he's in too much traffic. So for me, he's a 4.5. He's disappointing season. Very poor season compared to a rookie. He should have been out doing him all over, like everybody's already said. So I don't have a lot more to say on the matter because he's been poor.
Yeah. Agreed. So they come out, he comes out at 4.3 average. Ollie Behrman, dare I say it, rookie of the year.
I'm in.
I'm just putting it out there.
I'm in.
Just seeing how that syncs with the group.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm aware that Kimi Antonelli exists and he's finished higher in the season, but
He was in a much better car.
He's in a
and
much
he's had
better
a
car.
lot more mistakes.
for me, it's between Behrman and Hadjar.
Yep.
And-
But I think they've both been. I mean, I almost give it to them both because I think Behrman had a rather poor start to the year and had a good
Stop
second
sitting
half
on the
of the year.
fence, Tim. Come on. You've got to give it to
I
one
love
person.
the fence. Yeah, I mean, I think recency bias gives it to Behrman, but
See, if anything, I would have said the other way around.
So in our little sheet, Tim, I've written rocky start to the season with 3 points finishes and a 4-race run of 11th places, 6 points finishes in the last 10 races, as high as 4th place in a phenomenal drive in Mexico.
that was great. Yeah. Okay, yeah, fine. I forgot. Yeah,
The
okay, fine.
maturity has
Fine.
developed, and he's no longer scrapping for silly moves.
Yeah,
only
true.
one retirement in Qatar, and that was because they forgot to put the wheel back on. I've written great rookie season, perhaps rookie of the year, being rumoured to replace Hamilton already, and I've given him a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I give him a 6. I think his Mexico drive was awesome. And then has just been good
Yeah,
the rest of the time.
yeah.
So maybe I'll give him a 6.5.
But I don't think...
I've convinced
I
myself.
think when you're talking about rookies, I don't think that Antonelli has been that far ahead of Russell at any point. He's been close, and there've been sways. And Hadjar, I don't think Hadjar in the latter part of the season has been that much further ahead of Lawson in the same way that Behrman has been ahead of Ocon. Right? Matthew.
I've given him a 7.5.
Worse.
He is rookie of the year. He's outperformed an established teammate. If you put him up against the other rookies minus Russell, obviously Russell outperformed. They've all had ifs and theirs. Colapinto, do you call him a rookie? They were calling him on screen. Lawson, I don't see as a rookie. So you only had 4.
Yeah.
And because you're taking Doohan back out of the equation, Kimi wasn't really laying a glove on George overall. When he did, it was George's bad week. It wasn't like there was racing each other, but he put Ocon to the sword.
Yeah.
And showed what you can do in that car.
Big time.
We didn't see that once out of Ocon.
No.
And why is he not partnering Charles? My only downside is what we mentioned earlier. He is trying to get himself banned. But he will learn.
Well, he's settled down, I think.
Yeah, he will learn, but speeding in the pit lane,
Yeah.
stuff like that, you're
Can't be
not going to get... the slam dunks, it's not even like it's up for debate.
Yeah.
You get it by the camera, you're done. So... You know what I mean? He needs to iron that out, but he's young and he'll get over it.
You know.
Hey, whoa. Objection, Your Honour.
Cameron.
Right. So this is where my justification starts for some of my harsh ratings in the first half of the season. So I gave Ollie Behrman a 3 out of 10 for the first half of the season, and I said, run the tape back, that I expect better from a Ferrari Academy driver. And better is what we got. So second half of the season, 7 out of 10. Qualifying performances was absolutely incredible. Mexico was unbelievable. He had a couple of mistakes later on, like Brazil. I don't think was a great race for him, if I remember rightly. Did he drop a bit of a clanger at some point? But the way he's matured through the year has been absolutely exceptional. So yeah.
I'm not sure about that, Brazil. I think you might be thinking of Bortoleto.
I may be thinking about
Bottas had a terrible race in Brazil.
Yeah, he goes to his homeland and...
Threw it in a wall.
Behrman was
Yeah.
15th in quali. He did out qualify Ocon in the sprint. Sorry, that was sprint quali. In the sprint, he finished 12th behind Ocon. Interesting. In qualifying, he was 8th. And in the race, he finished 6th.
All right.
I think you're thinking of Bortoleto, who had that massive accident down the main start-finish straight.
I very may will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, fantastic from Behrman. And like I say, my justifications for my ratings are starting to come true.
podcasting. That's what I want you for next year. No. So all of that will go up on blog.aheadoftheapex.com. Check us out on Instagram. The marketing team is getting back into gear, right?
Yeah.
At AAT Apex, and that's the same on Twitter and YouTube now.
Boom.
Leave us a comment or something if you disagreed with Cam's ratings in the Spotify comment section.
Peace.
Peace.